Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live in Lexington, you guys.
First of all, thank you all for being here. As you know, my name is Rachel Perry, adult programming coordinator. Kathryn Kauffman. Miss Kathryn Kauffman, all the way from Lexington, joining us here tonight.
My name is Kathryn Kauffman, and I'm a psychic medium here in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome to my every Monday night show. This is where we go over what and who we are in this journey called life. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link in the comments for you if you want to watch some past shows. They will be at this link on my YouTube channel, and you can go back and watch any of the past shows that have been going on. Special shout out to Melissa Begley and her sidekick, Miss Cleo, Eva Pecor, Trina, Dana, Maggie, and special shout out to my daughter-in-law, Brooke Yule Lawrence. She's one of the best massage therapists in Paducah, Kentucky. Hey, Trina, Charlotte, and Rebecca. So, quick note, those of you that are joining on my professional page, Kathryn Kauffman, Psychic Medium, I don't see the chat on that page. You're welcome to hang out there and listen to the show, but if you want to join in the live chat, I did leave a link to this page right here that I'm engaging with the chat on, and just click that link and come on over here. Special shout out to my hoodoo man, Mr. Rob Abbott and Kelly Santos. Shout out to all you guys over here on Instagram. I can't see all the names, but I do see Rita and Joy. Hey, Joy. And Nisha, I think, and Paul. Thanks for joining me on Instagram there. A couple of special announcements. We are about to end September and we're coming into October, and that is one of the biggest months for me is October. So if you've been thinking about getting an appointment with me for the month of October, you better get on it quick, because October's availability is already looking very slim. I also wanted to let all the people know that have been following my son's the movie that he's helping produce. It's called Charles Fan Film. It's a Chucky fan film, and they're doing the filming right now in Rhode Island. So if you want to see some sneak peeks at behind the scenes pics and stuff, go to Charles Fan Film on either Facebook or Instagram, and you can see some of the pics that have been going on. Yes, Melissa, it's another magical Monday indeed. So those of you that are horror movie fans, this film is going to blow it out of the water, you guys. It's going to be phenomenal. But tonight we're talking about numerology. Why numerology? Well, first of all, numbers are vibrations that come from the universe. It's the universal language is numbers. And what we're doing tonight is we're going to find out what your expression number is. Now, I'm going to give you the instructions on how to do this, and I'm going to show you the Pythagorean chart that we're going to use. And I want you to go ahead and calculate your number, your expression number. And then you can ask me, I'm going to go through the meaning of all of the expression numbers. But if you want to specifically know what yours is on the show, just ask me in the comments, and I'll try to keep up with what everybody wants. So the first thing I want to do is to show you this chart. And you can look this up on your phone. It's a Pythagorean chart right here. And what it does is it assigns a number or vibration to each one of these letters. And that's how we're going to calculate your expression number. Now, your expression number is specifically derived from your birth name, not your married name, and it's your full name. So if you have a middle name, let me show this to everybody on Instagram over here. So if you have a middle name, you need to include it. And I'm going to tell you why we do that off of the birth name. But this is a numerology Pythagorean chart. So that's what we're going to be using. So why do we use the birth name? That's a good question to ask. So your birth name is based on the vibration of your essence or your soul as you're in the womb or just being born. And what happens is the parents kind of intuitively pick up on the vibration of the child and giving the name to the child. So the name has the child's personal vibrations that the parents have interpreted intuitively. So that's why. And the expression is sort of like what your essence is, what you're about, what it's not your life path, but it is all of the characteristics of your soul's vibration or your soul's essence, which is very interesting. Now, the expression number is grouped under the core numbers, and there are 5 core numbers, and we're going to be going over all of those core numbers in October. But I know that there will be a lot of you that want to find out your core numbers ahead of time. So if you want to do that, I'm an affiliate for numerologist.com. And that's one of the best sites to go, and you can purchase, you can get some free work done on the site on your expression number or your life path number. And if you want to go further on that with the core numbers, it's not very expensive, and they run a lot of specials. So you can find out what your personality number is, what your heart's desire number is, and what your birthday number is. So the 5 core numbers are life path, expression number, personality number, heart's desire number, and birthday number. And like I said, numbers are the universe's language. And if you look at it, if let's say you went on the other side of the globe today, we flew from here to Spain, 5 is still 5 in Spain as it is in here. It may, be called something different, but the vibration, the essence, and the quantity is still the same. And so that's one of the reasons why it's a universal language. Hey to Christina over here on Instagram. Good to see you. Let me check for questions. A special shout out to my friend Joe Ray, Brenda J. Campbell, Debbie Thompson. Hey to you and your man. Jen Sabo, Doris McQueen, Edward, and Lana Lorraine. Hey girl, Mindy Soleil, Nicole, and Kayla. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll see if there's any questions. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. So Rebecca says, how about the numbers lady, Glenn McCants? I'm not familiar with her, Rebecca, but I will check her out after the show. Because if you like that person, maybe we all need to kind of look at that a little bit closer and see if she might be a good reference. I will check that out. So like I was saying, the expression number reveals your talents, your essence, your abilities, but it also kind of gives you clues to your shortcomings or maybe your karmic challenges that you were set up with as you come into life. So, with each set of talents and abilities, there is also a lot of challenges that go with those particular abilities and talents. So we already talked about how your parents kind of intuitively pick up on your vibration and naming you. So the full name, the full birth name, is what we use to determine the expression number. So now what you're going to do is use that Pythagorean chart that I just showed you, and you're going to, let's just take me for an example here. I'll try to keep my place on my notes. So the first number would be, for me, would be 2. Second number would be 1. The third number would be 2. So you go through your name like that and put all the numbers down, and then you reduce the numbers all the way down to a single digit. Now, except if you are encountering a master number. Master numbers are 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So if you're reducing that down and you get 1, 1, 2, 2, or 3, 3, stop. That's a master number, and you have to stop there. Now, master numbers usually aren't the birth date, and they have more to do with the personal essence or the name. So master numbers we're going to do a whole nother show on, but just for right now, if you're reducing your numbers and you get to 1, 1, 2, 2, or 3, 3, stop. And I'm also going to give the interpretation of what they mean as well. So the master numbers are a little bit more difficult to handle than the 1 through 9 numbers. So anybody who reduces their name down and gets a master number, you have a lot of challenges. And if you are having a difficult time or a hard life, it is no wonder you've been set up that way. So, yeah. So let's go into, so if any of you have reduced your name by now and you want to know what your expression number means, we're going to go into that in just a second. Okay, I'm not going to go into master numbers too much. Really, the confusion kind of starts with master numbers when you're looking at some of the other 5 core numbers that involve using the birth date. Because the birth dates, there's a lot of ifs or whens to use the master number in those. But if you're calculating strictly on the name, when you reduce it and it's a master number, just stop there. So let's go over expression. Expression number 1. If your name reduces down to a number 1, you're a natural leader, you're independent, you're individualistic, ambitious, courageous, and you have the ability to influence other people's opinions and decisions. You're kind of a risk taker. So you sort of blaze the path and you step out of your comfort zone where other people are hesitant to do that. So, you know, like entrepreneurs are big for expression number 1. Leaders of any kind in corporations, businesses, or politicians, inventors, activists are often born with the expression number of 1. Now, the flip side to that and your karmic challenge to that is you may have a tendency to be very self-centered, and what you have to do is learn to control the tendency to just focus on yourself. And another thing that expression number 1s have trouble with is being over critical or over evaluative of the people directly around them. Because they're fixers and they blaze a path, they often see things evaluative and not, they don't allow for human type of error. So Lana is an 11. Wow, no wonder. That is a master number, Lana. So let's jump into number 11 really quick for you in case you have to hop off the show. So the master number expression 11 means that you're a powerful presence, yet you aren't aware of your personal power yet. You're enormously sensitive and aware, and you always knew that you were different in size. And somehow you possess like a bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. And in order to be emotionally and psychologically at peace, you must learn to control the flow of energy there. You can fall into emotional turmoil or nervous tension at times. And the highly emotional number 11 is dependent on relationships. So one of your challenges, Lana, is to ground yourself, to keep grounded, and to stay strong. And the more you call on your ability to stay strong, the greater your capacity to take advantage of your awareness happens. So I hope that helps, Lana. Hey to Kelly Simpson. Okay, so Eva has an expression number of 3. So I'm going to jump over to number 3, and then we'll come back to number 2 unless somebody else has calculated theirs. So expression number 3, Eva, you're optimistic, inspiring, outgoing, very expressive, and you probably talk a lot with your hands. You inspire people without effort because of your quality of being optimistic, and you're a very social person. And you're the thing that you have to learn, or your karmic challenge, is to accept help and to accept the involvement of other people in your life. In other words, when somebody gives you advice, you really need to evaluate, and maybe instead of resisting that advice, go ahead and take that advice. You have a great creative potential, and so you would do well in the arts area. Anything that would require creative type of solutions to problems. So you would be a good event planner, Eva. Absolutely. So one of your other challenges is to learn how to concentrate and focus. Focus on your goals is your key to success, is really focusing. So Charlotte is a 9. So let's look at number 9. Number 9 is actually, I think I'm a number 9. I believe I'm a number 9. So Charlotte, we're number 9s together. So number 9 is a humanitarian type of energy. The energy is filled with compassion and idealism. Your deepest meaning to life is to change something about the world. Satisfaction when you're involved in an activity that directly benefits other people. So you're really, really good in anything like environmental protection, anything where teaching is involved. Healing areas are really good for number 9. You're not in any way associated with any prejudice, and welcome a wide diversity of people with their because number 9s really value the experiences of other people and want to hear that. So project people are really attracted to number 9s. And so what is our karmic challenge? So we get taken advantage of a lot. And so we're not a very good judge of character. Even being psychic, I sometimes don't pay attention to my intuitive ability, and I want to give people a chance. And I have to admit, I get burned for it. But yeah, I don't know. I think that that's just one of those karmic challenges of a number 5, is to slow down and not bring everybody in, and to really listen to the intuition, and still be encouraging and believe in human nature and human goodness, but protect kind of that core of empathy that we have. I hope that makes sense. Hey to Anna Halfley. Okay, so nobody else has got a number that they're interested in. So Rob needs to see the chart again. Let me just show you that chart again. And you can look it up. It's a Pythagorean chart. I hope you guys can see that. Let me just hold it up a little bit closer there. Hope, Rob, that you can see that. Maybe you can snapshot it and then calculate your number off of there. Let me show it to Instagram over here too. So these are the Pythagorean charts that we use for numerology. So we're going to go back to, we've done 1, we've done 3 and 9. Let's do number 2, because there will be a lot of people that watch this show later. Oh, we'll hop to 6 because Trina's calculated yours and hers is a 6. So expression number 6, Trina, this is for you. You're loving and caring with the tendency to put the other needs of people before yourself. Can you guess what your karmic challenges are? Is to put yourself first for a change. So you're a really good friend. You're responsible. You're trustworthy. You have a high regard for justice and honesty. But I feel like because you put other people ahead of yourself, like your personal talents are often gone to the wayside or put, are second to everybody else's needs for energy for their talents and their development. So one of your karmic challenges to not sacrifice so very much for the service of others and to really harmonize things and put yourself first. So some of the things that you would be good at is teaching, social work, psychology, artist, designer, gardener, florist, anything creative would really make the most of your talents. And especially business, but in dealing with other people because of your empathic connection with them, I think that you can already feel what they need to either hear or what they need to solve their problem. So expression number 6 for you, Trina. Let me make sure we don't have any other numbers there. Okay. Joy has calculated hers, and it's an 8. And for you, Rita, we already did number 9. So you'll have, after the show, you can go back and rewatch, and we'll cover number 9. Let's do number 8 for Joy. And I think I calculated David's number, and I think he was an 8. So Joy, you have the power and potential to achieve great things. You're highly competitive. Whatever your enterprise is, you strive to be the best and the most successful in what you're doing. So it's sort of a perfectionist, like I have to get it right. So you're willing to discipline yourself and persevere even in the face of considerable obstacles. So the obstacles are really kind of what your karmic challenge is to not give up. Okay, so that's your karmic challenge, Joy, is to not give up and to face the obstacles and consider them like learning opportunities and overcome them, even if you have to fail and start over. So you would be a good leader. You're an outstanding judge of character, and your path kind of requires you to really evaluate the balance between giving and taking and make sure that things are fair. So yeah, and also balance the material and the spiritual there. Pretty good. So Joy, you have an excellent expression number. Okay, I want to get to number 2 because I know there's going to be some number 2s popping up maybe on the replay or whatever. So expression number 2s are friendly, open-minded. Psychics are number 2s. So they have a highly developed intuition and a real penchant for working with other people. So their abilities are high in partnerships, in business, but also in leadership roles. So, and these are the people that make other people look good. Like this is your second in command that really does all the work. And, the first in command is the one that gets the benefit from it, which can be frustrating for number 2s. So number 2's karmic challenge is to kind of take a little bit more of the leadership and power role and get a little bit more of the credit. So yeah, number twos are kind of left behind sometimes. Now we did number 3, we did number 8, we did 9, and we've done 11. Doris is an 11. And I'm going to go over 2, 2, and 3, 3, which are master numbers too. But we didn't go over number 4, number 5, and let's see. We did number 6. We need to do 7, 4, and 5, and then the master numbers 2, 2, and 3, 3. Sorry, my nose is itching. Okay, expression number 4. You're the foundation of any enterprise. Number 4s are very methodical and calculating, and they are very thorough. They will go through every single thing to make sure it's in place, to make sure that everything is in order. So they make excellent bookkeepers, managers, lawyers. You're often, though, attracted to the arts and music because that's sort of an outlet for this really stringent character of having everything in place. And so, but one of the one of the overflows for a number 4 is because they're so methodical and calculating, they want to try to apply that to the creative arts as well, and that sometimes doesn't fit. So your challenge is really to let go and be more creative and flow with things and be more imaginative than being stringent and rule oriented and calculating. And you need to really try to be inspired and see where your creative flair takes you. So Melissa said, once we add up all 3 numbers, we divide by 3. No, what you're going to do with all the numbers from your name, Melissa, is you're going to take that Pythagorean chart and put down your full name, birth name, first name, middle name, last name, and then each letter has a numerical association. Then you're going to reduce all of that to one number. Now, when it reduces and you get to 1, 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 3, that's a master number and you need to stop because you shouldn't reduce it any further. The master numbers have expression as well. But let's say if your last 2 numbers are a 2 and a 3, you're going to reduce that to a expression number of 5. Hope that makes sense for you. But there's no dividing, okay? Because we're just reducing. Yes, Rob, you're right. You continue to add until you have a single number. You're reducing everything to a single number, unless it's a 3, 3 or a 2, 2 or 1, 1. And those are master numbers that are associated only with the name and not dates. Now, when we look at core numbers later on in successive shows and we go over, your core numbers that are calculated with your birth date, that's when it gets really sticky with the master numbers. And we will get into that. That's like a whole nother show. Let's get into expression number 5. And Melissa, clarify if are you a 3, 3 then? Because that's a master number. So let me know in the comments there. Hey to Diane, way out in California. Big wave to you, girl. Hope you're doing okay. So expression number 5 is 5s are free spirits. They're carefree, easygoing. They love adventure and excitement and freedom. They want to really have a good time. They want to experience almost everything once in life. It's like a continual bucket list for a number 5. So you can, so a lot of their life is unorganized, scattered. They're really gifted with communication, and they can make really great salespeople. Of course, politicians, lawyers, public relations. And so what number 5's karmic challenges is to guard against being too shallow and really not giving back to their relationships, because they're going from here to there to yon to satisfy this adventure urge, and they're not stopping to think about the partner and what their needs are. And so fives really have to slow down and really take the time and put some effort into their relationships. Hey to Pamela, Sean, Lucille, and Tom. So Melissa, I'm guessing, were you a number 3? And so if you were, remember those, you'll have to go back on the rewind to look at number 3s. But number 3s, I think, were optimistic, inspiring, outgoing, and expressive. And they inspire people without effort. So we're going to go on down to expression number 7. So if you're in a 7, you have a desire for truth and knowledge. This is a person who's always seeking the truth of things, or and their mind is a little bit analytical, but they really want to know the why behind everything. So these are scientists, researchers, people who have a strong scientific need to know how things work, why they work, and how everything goes together. So analysts, investigators, inventors can all be expression number 7. The challenges for number 7 is this tendency to be overcritical of other people because of the analytical side of the mind, and a little bit cynical about life in general. But they need to tune into the softer side of life and really get away from the analytical and look more at their challenge to really connect with the spiritual and, spiritual and love aspects that are away from the analytical. So, yeah. Okay, Rebecca is an 8. But we've already gone over 8, so you'll have to rewind and watch that definitely. We need to get into number 22 and 22 and 33 before we end the show. And those are master numbers. So if yours reduces down to 22, stop there. That's a master number. Here's what you are and what your challenges are. And remember, master numbers are hard because it's like your life has been set up difficult with good reasons, but it really helps you understand why things have happened the way that they've happened. So 22 is you dream big. You're a big dreamer. You have big things that you think about. You want to make your mark on humanity, and there's no limit to you. So you want to make big impact. So your ability is that of a great leader. And so number 22, if you realize it and chance to jump into the day is just expanded for you because you can see so much potential in the day. And it's like there's no limits for you. Your limits are beyond what normal limits are. And so you may take a lot of risks because you want to realize this huge leadership dream that you have. So one of your karmic challenges in 22 is if you do step out on a ledge and you fail, 22 doesn't really get back up and start again like one of the other expression numbers does that we talked about earlier. So risks can be very frustrating for you. And if you fail, that can really pose a big setback. I think it's because of the expansive nature of the thought of what you want to do. So kind of rein it in. 22s need to rein it in just a little and be a little bit more realistic about the expectations. And if they fail, they need to have the gumption to get back up and try again without kind of wallowing in it. Okay, I'm going to make sure there's no more questions. Okay, let's go over expression number 33. 33 is the ultimate teacher. But it's a profound spiritual type of teacher that these are like the gurus that teach wisdom and enlightenment. And that expression number is similar to 6. 6 is a great expression of teaching and harmonious love, caring, and sacrifice. However, when 3-3 takes on a negative influence, you could actually be emotionally and physically damaging to the people around you. If you start to vibrate negatively, in other words, you're going to spread that amongst your following. So you really need to rein it in and stay positive, and really stick with your ability to heal those around you. And always think about 3-3s have to be careful about what they say, because people put great stock in what this person says and following this person. And you always want to influence on the positive side, 3-3. So you need to realize that people are drawn to you, and that you have a responsibility in what you say to impact them in a positive way. So oh yeah, Rob, thank you. So now that's our show for tonight. We've covered all the numbers. If you missed your number, just hit rewind. Don't you love rewind? I love rewind. So next Monday, we're going to cover what about goblins. And why am I bringing up that tonight? Because I really wanted to go into the core numbers and the life path number and some of the other core numbers. And we're going to do that for the month of October. The month of October is going to be numerology associated. We're going to go through all that. But I want to cover this. What about goblins? September the 30th first. Because why? Those things tend to come into people's houses in the fall months, specifically in basements or underneath homes. And I know it's crazy, but I get a lot of calls about these little bitty creatures. I feel like they're little goblins. But we're going to go into why do they come in? Why do people notice more activity in their basements and crawl spaces when the weather turns cooler at this time of year? So we need to cover that first. And then we're going to get into October the 7th. We're going to start with how to calculate your life path number. Now, if you can't wait for me to cover all this stuff, go to numerologist.com. It doesn't cost a lot, maybe $10, $15, and you can have them calculate everything for you. I think it's funner, though, for you to learn how to calculate it yourself. I don't know, I like that kind of stuff. Why? Because I'm a number 9, I guess. But I will see you next Monday night for What About Goblins, and we're going to find out why these things are coming inside and what you can do if you have this happen to you, because I get a lot of calls on that. So I will see you next Monday night. Kisses from Kentucky. You guys have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.